People are making thousands with this method. It's intense. I'm talking here about money, slaves, ways that people are generating thousands, and it's only getting bigger and bigger. Welcome to the world where you can no longer trust what you see. A really cool but disturbing method. It seems like I was living under the rock or something. Most likely under the rock. Let's go. Let's imagine the future where you have a clone that looks and speaks just like you. Creepy, right? Why don't we go even further? Let's imagine the hottest girl our head could possibly come up with. You can make her say or do whatever you want. Isn't it like to have a perfect slave? Creepy. Right. AI models and influencers typically refer to computer-generated entities that are designed to mimic human behavior, generate entertaining content, and engage with audiences. How romantic. Creating an AI influencer involves a couple of things: an AI technology, machine learning, and later you need to spice it with creative content generation. Yeah. I mean, they indeed look really, really real. It's scary. Just look at the picture. The theory is really simple. You need to choose an AI technology, you create and train your model, and then this perfect slave is going to print money for you. But let's go even further, shall we? Yeah. This seductive AI power is actually shaping our digital world. Wait, I swear this whole setting thing is complicated. Yep. I was casually, productively scrolling on social media, and I saw a story from my dear friend. He was telling a story about an AI model that was generating 10,000 a month. Let me tell you, I know many models and they do not generate 10,000 a month. Her social following is growing crazily. I mean, the last time I saw her following, she had around 100k. I will put the screenshot a little later. Something tells me she already has much more. How do they do it? Aitana Lopez, she was based in Barcelona. It is actually an agency that created this AI influencer. Couple of really creative, maybe a little bit weird individuals decided to create an AI. I just figured out that it's not actually AI, it's AI. Pardon, it's not my first language. I mean, it's not obvious. I try my best. This agency from Barcelona decided to create AI influencer and they named her Aitana Lopez. They are trying to mimic a real human being on social media and they are making really many posts showing her day-to-day life. They generate pictures with her face in different settings, like on the beach, and mostly those are her selfies. And you would say, how is it possible to grow your social media? Yeah, you can grow your social media even with pictures, apparently. She is not the only influencer of this kind. I found up to 10 or even more models that have roughly 100k on Instagram. What did I do with all of this information? I decided to make a little test. There is no way people are believing this. I mean, this is pretty obvious. She was looking kind of cute, but I could definitely say she was not a real person. I mean, I have a background in editing and shooting pictures, videos, whatever. I rushed it to my best friend who happened to be a guy. I mean, guys, we need to test. What's up? Da. And I wanted to make this little test if he would really spot the fake. I was really thinking that he will spot the difference. To my surprise, I showed him this profile and he said, well, she looks okay, not really my kind of tea, but well, she's fine. And I was like, he didn't really understand. Then I showed him more and more profiles of the other influencers that I found, and he could not see that those girls were not real. He liked some of them more and some of them he liked less, but no, he was legit thinking those are real people. After I told him it was AI generated model, he was pretty much surprised. This shit is serious. Then I decided to make my research. I went to Fiverr to see if I could hire someone to do the work for me and create this influencer, because I mean, this is such a spicy and interesting side hustle. And I found this job offer. It was a picture of a guy with a belly, and just in a couple of seconds you could get a picture with beautiful abs. You would basically become shredded. I mean, with face up, face tune, you could really already do those kind of things, so I was not so much surprised. I had a really cool conversation with this little girl I know. She's like, I don't know, 12. I thought it would be a really nice take because, I mean, I'm still young, but this younger generation, they are like basically native to internet. They were born with iPads in their hands. I asked her, hey, did you know we can create people and we can talk to someone? I asked her if she knew something about AI. And to my surprise, she answered, I think I know what you are talking about. Then she stopped me. You know, I'm talking to this girl on WhatsApp and I think she is actually not a real human. I think I'm talking to AI chat. I was like, wait a second, what? She told me a story how she was scrolling on TikTok and she saw a video of someone saying that if you feel lonely, you need a friend, you could just open this chat and you will have a person dedicated to you 24/7, talking to you all along and be really friendly. Eventually, this girl spent a lot of time. I mean, she basically showed me her WhatsApp. She had so much conversations with the same person, although she understood it was an AI bot. I was so surprised. So between 12-year-old girl and a 30-something guy, there is not much difference. It seems like they do not see the difference, or they choose not to see it, or they don't mind. How do they actually make the money? We cannot deny the influence and impact those creatures are having on our society are huge. I mean, just open those comments in those profiles. There will be 10,000 guys saying that you are my goddess, you are the love of my life, and his real wife probably sitting at home crying because he's not giving her attention. Yeah. How are they making the money? First of all, you need to generate a lot of content. And here the tricky part is, how do you make it? Remember, I told you you need to create an influencer with all of those AI technologies. Yeah, you create the face and then you need to duplicate it, multiplicate it like many times. Because you need this face and you need to recreate it afterwards. Because if you're not going to have an influencer that looks the same on almost each picture, people are most likely going to spot and they will think you are like a theme page or something like this. So in order to generate content, you need some help from ChatGPT because your influencer needs to have some personality. You can make a prompt asking for general traits. You need to put them in some kind of document or file, and it's better to stick with it. Just like if you would create a brand for yourself, you are not going to have a persona, people are not going to be really attached. So you generate a lot of content, you generate a lot of pictures with the same looking person. You can take a generated face and you could take a video of someone and you could just swap the faces. Your imaginary AI influencer would have a real presence in the video. So you create your influencer, you leverage the following of your influencer, and you basically do what's the name of the thing. You influence people with your pictures and you just use it as a marketing channel. How can you make money? Just like a normal influencer, your day-to-day influencer, you can make brand collaborations and you'll be paid for doing so. I mean, this is not really far from reality because let's see Levi's. This is actually crazy. What about Google just coming up with this new feature that you can try on clothes or any other products on your AI model? Let's go even further. You can have a really solid presence on social media, and a lot of brands are going to be really happy to actually pay you a little dollar for promoting them. If you're a little bit creative, you could actually do the same for your brand. I mean, if you have a brand. Imagine you have a dropshipping store, e-commerce brand, or you have an affiliate marketing business, any type of business. You can basically create a free promotion for your business. Your AI influencer can be your brand ambassador. I mean, that's not sure, but someone told me that marketing was important. A person who is always there, who is always willing to promote your stuff, and who look kind of cute, it's most likely going to capture some attention. This is perfect. Another way of generating money, you can host and create virtual events, like for example streams or lives on TikTok, on Twitch, or any other platform, and get your coin there. The other way, which is kind of similar to creating a brand, is doing some merchandising. You have an online presence, online following, then you create merch like a hoodie or something, you name it, and you sell your stuff. Everything really comes up to your creativity. Or we can go to NFT. Back again. The other way is actually if you have a social media following and you have a website, you could channel your following to your website where they could spend time, do whatever, and you would have some ads placed there and you would get some coin, some money for showing those ads. This is basically the way most of blogs are working. It depends only on you how much you can make with this. The juicy one is to have a subscription model, aka having kind of account just like OnlyFans or any other Patreon. I think there was something similar to OnlyFans, but I don't really remember the name. You need to create a following that is really willing to pay their attention or their money to interact with your influencer. And the last is collaboration with other human influencers. You can create really interesting pieces of content with real influencers, which is going to be really unique and creative. But the success of your influencer really depends on how well it's done. If you are not consistent and you will not stay up to date, you will probably not achieve a lot of things. The negative side to all of this is actually the controversy around real humans and artificial intelligence. We can get detached from real interactions. It can be really harmful for some people, as well as we are probably going to see a lot of replacement. It's probably going to lower prices and rates because they are going to create so much of them, which is basically a general rule of supply and demand. The reality is deception and manipulation. I mean, this technology can be used really, really badly. And the way it influences young people, boys, and in general, the society is so huge. We are going to be used to this picture of someone not real looking real. We are going to have real privacy invasion. People seem to interact less and less with each other. Creating AI models is not going to help, and creating more OnlyFans accounts is not going to benefit real relationships. So what is the point? The point is to educate you how powerful is the AI and how much money you can generate with this. This is a small example of this influencer that is getting 10,000 a month. So I really hope we as a society are going to be really informed and we are going to use our critical thinking to protect ourselves and to protect our future and people we love around us.